I mean, what would you say, Yahweh? Come on, huh? I've read they're there, and I've just tried to imagine the same thing of what they try to do in the Old Testament. They try to substitute. You can't. Every single time, you cannot do that. Lord. He's my Lord and my Savior. And I don't have a problem saying that. Because He's my Master. Master and Lord. They're basically synonymous. So, although Master also means teacher, and it has some other meanings to it that the word Lord may not necessarily have, but they can be interchangeable, depending on how they're used. So, and we go over here, and he says, "Where are the gods of Hamath, Arphad? Where are the gods of Sepharvaim? And have they delivered Samaria out of my hand? Who are they among all the gods of these lands that have delivered their land out of my hand, that the Lord should deliver Jerusalem out of my hand?" But they held their peace, and answered him not a word. For the king's commandment was, saying, "Answer him not." Then came Eliakim, the son of Hilkiah, that was over the household, and Shebna, the scribe, and Joah, the son of Asaph, and the recorder, to Hezekiah with their clothes rent, and told him the words of Rabshakeh. Now, one thing I'll submit to you is that the Hebrew children didn't know God as we do. You listening?
Yeah.
They didn't know God as Father. Right? That's why, I mean, the reason that they're not using His name all the time, or even if it is Yahweh, which I don't believe that. I don't buy that for a second. It sounds more like a pagan god name to me. And anyway, they didn't call Him on a first name basis. And then they didn't call Him Father. He's our Father. But they couldn't call Him Father. Although He said He was their God and they were His children. So, anyway, let's go on. "And it came to pass that when King Hezekiah heard it, that he rent his clothes and covered himself with sackcloth and went into the house of the Lord." Now you notice this is humility. He doesn't say, now he doesn't do what he does in the later on. This is the thing that I don't understand about. I mean, it's hard for me to understand this. He makes a right decision right here, but then later on, after everything's, all the stuff is on, and the thing is this is just one right example. Okay. Then we have other kings who have other foreign kings that come against them, and they say, "Give me your gold," and they say, "Okay," and they give them their gold, they give them the silver, they give them everything that's in the house of God. What kind? They don't ask God. They don't call the prophet. They don't call the priest. They don't call anybody to ask them to inquire of God. Or inquire themselves. They don't even do that. And then Hezekiah makes this decision. Then he goes on later on, and everything's cool. He's up on the mountaintop now. Right now he's in the valley. You see, so he's humbling himself, which is the right approach. But even on the mountaintop, you're supposed to still be humble and not be proud and think, okay, well everything's gone, so I can get away with more, or that it doesn't matter. So. And it came to pass when King Hezekiah heard it. Well, anybody already read that. So, verse 2. "And he sent Eliakim, who was over the household, and Shebna the scribe, and the elders of the priests, covered with sackcloth unto Isaiah the prophet, the son of Amos. And they said unto him, Thus saith Hezekiah, This day is a day of trouble and of rebuke and of blasphemy, for the children are come to the birth, and there is not strength to bring forth. Hey, that's a good saying, isn't it? Huh? That's a good thought. How many times have you found yourself defeated sometimes? And down, and just felt like the weight of the world's on you, and there's no, you're down in the mouth, and you don't feel like anything's changing. You don't feel like anything's going anywhere, or that you're in the same rut or groove, or you pray for things for a period of time and nothing, and especially, or at least in a specific area, it doesn't change. And that's basically what he's crying out as he says that. There's not enough strength to bring forth. So there's not enough strength when we get in that area sometimes to carry on. And we just feel like giving up. What's the point? So, and we need to cry out just like Hezekiah did. To humble ourselves. And to tell God. He's not too big for us to dump our loads off on Him and our feelings and stuff. We just need to tell Him. He already knows it, but we need to get it off our chest. It may be that the Lord let me go over here. See if I can find this right quick. I just read it. Because I don't want to misquote it. Sometimes I have trouble quoting this verse, and I shouldn't. It's so well known. It's come unto me, all you that are heavy laden. Remember where that is? I had it marked in here. I just read it. Got it bracketed. I cannot find it. That's crazy. There it is. Matthew 11, 28 through 30. Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you, and learn of me. For I am meek and lowly in heart, and ye shall find rest unto your souls. For my yoke is easy, and my burden is light. Right? And so when we get weary like that, that's what we're supposed to do. Heavy laden, labor and heavy laden. So, anyway, it may be that in verse 4, it may be that the Lord thy God will hear the words of Rabshakeh, whom the king of Assyria his master hath sent to reproach the living God, and will reprove the words which the Lord thy God hath heard. Wherefore lift up thy prayer for the remnant that is left. So we have an intercessory prayer going on here, and to pray for those that are left. Maybe we should be doing that for the remnant that is here now, more than what we do or have. The servants of King Hezekiah came to Isaiah, and Isaiah said unto them, Thus shall ye say unto your master, Thus saith the Lord, Be not afraid of the words that thou hast heard, wherewith the servants of the king of Assyria have blasphemed me. Behold, I will send a blast upon him, and he shall hear rumor and return to his own land, and I will cause him to fall by the sword in his own land. There's the answer to that. So Rabshakeh, returned and found the king of Assyria warring